So this is a story about 58-year-old who was new to crypto and somehow understood Bitcoin better than traders. Okay, so imagine this, Lockdown sa Cebu. It's quiet in a way that feels almost unreal. Streets are empty, stores are closed. Naalala mo yung pandemic, yung walang magawa. It felt like the earth stood still. Families are stuck inside, just keep doom scrolling, checking Facebook, and counting the groceries. Baka maubos na yung kanin. And just trying not to lose their mind. At first, it was chill. And then for weeks, it felt like depressing, diba? Naalala mo? Well, anyways, sa isang bahay, a 58-year-old grandmother was sitting beside her grandson, watching him explain about Bitcoin, cryptocurrency. Not trading, not leverage, not some complicated chart with 50 colored lines. Bitcoin, digital money, limited supplies, no central bank, no physical coins. Just numbers on a screen that people around the world somehow agreed had value. And at first, she thinks the whole thing sounds ridiculous. Ano naman to anak? Parang lokohan to, she said. Because let's be honest, if your grandson tells you money can live inside a phone and nobody can print more of it, you're allowed to be suspicious, diba? But then she asked one simple question. So if there will only ever be a limited amount and more people want it later, why would I sell it now? And just like that, without knowing it, she understood something many younger traders completely miss. So here's the setup. Let's call her Elena. Elena was not a finance person. She does not study economics. She did not follow markets. She did not know what candlestick patterns were. And honestly, good for her. She had spent most of her life doing very ordinary Filipino things. Alam mo na, walking, strolling, tumatakbo from Ascals, kumakain ng barbecue, banana queue. But also, as a Filipino, raising her children, helping grandchildren, managing household money, stretching budgets, saving small amount, avoiding debt when possible, buying only what made sense. During the lockdown, her grandson Carlo started talking about crypto nonstop. Bitcoin was rising, Ethereum was moving, people online were making money, trading groups were exploding, everybody suddenly had a theory. Carlo showed her phone, charts, wallets, exchange, prices, moves every second. Elena did not understand everything, but she understood scarcity. She understood land. She understood gold jewelry kept in a cabinet for emergencies. She understood that some things were not bought to flip tomorrow. They were bought because one day someone else might need them more. Then became her mental model. Bitcoin to her was not a casino. It was a digital land. So here's the main body. At first, bumili siya ng konting Bitcoin, bought a tiny amount, not because she expected to get rich, because she wanted to learn. And Carlo helped her open an account. He showed her how to buy Bitcoin. He warned her that the prices could fall. He explained that crypto was volatile. Elena listened carefully. Then she asked, if it falls, can I buy more? Carlo laughed. He thought she was joking. She was not. Every month, Elena would set aside a little money, sometimes from small savings, sometimes from money her children gave her, sometimes from selling homemade food to neighbors. She did not buy altcoins. She did not join trading groups. She did not chase whatever token was trending online. When Carlo told her about new coins promising huge gains, she would ask, will they still exist when you have children? That question ended most conversations. By late 2021, younger relatives were excited. Crypto was everywhere. People were posting profits. Friends were talking about quitting jobs. Some were using leverage. Some were borrowing money. Some were jumping from coin to coin, convinced they could catch every pump before it happened. Elena did none of that. She just bought Bitcoin, then waited, then bought more. Her family thought it was a cute grandmother has a little Bitcoin, and nobody realized how consistent she had become because Elena was not loud about money. She did not post screenshots. She did not announce prices, did not explain her strategy at family lunch. She simply accumulated quietly, patiently, repeatedly. And this is part that feels almost funny. Her biggest advantage was that she did not know enough to overcomplicate it. She did not know how to margin trade, so she never got liquidated. She did not know how to read hype threads, so she never chased garbage coins. She did not know how to panic sell because she was not checking the price every 10 minutes. She treated Bitcoin the way older Filipinos treat a piece of land they bought years ago. You do not sell every time. Someone says that neighborhood is temporarily ugly. You just wait. Alam mo na yung kasabihan na ligtas yung walang alam. So turning point. Then 2022 happened. The market collapsed and Bitcoin fell hard. Crypto companies failed. Influencers disappeared. Trading groups became funeral homes with profile pictures. The same young people who talked like geniuses suddenly sounded exhausted. Carlo was scared. His friends were down badly. Some had sold near the bottom. Some had lost money in altcoins. Some had used leverage and watched their accounts vanish in minutes. And one afternoon, Carlo visited Elena and tried to explain that the market was crashing. He expected her to be worried. She was not. She asked, is Bitcoin broken? Carlo said, no, the price is just went down. She asked, can people still use it? He said yes. She asked, did they make more than the limit? He said no. Then she asked, then why are you all crying? Ba't kayo umiyak? Then that was Elena's entire investment philosophy. If the reason she bought had not changed, the lower price was not a disaster. It was a discount. So while young traders were selling from fear, Elena bought more. Not aggressive, not recklessly, not with borrowed money. She just continued her same small habit. Little at a time, no drama, no prediction, no emergency meetings. And by the time her family realized how much Bitcoin she had accumulated, they were stunned. Not because she had perfectly timed the market, she had not. Not because she was secretly a financial genius, she was not. But because she had done the one thing that almost nobody else could do. She stayed simple. So, ano yung lesson natin dito from Elena? 1. Simplicity is not stupidity. Sometimes, the person who understands only the core idea is safer than the person who understands a bunch of things. 2. Volatility only destroys you if your strategy depends on perfect timing. Elena did not need to guess the bottom. She only needed to survive long enough for her thesis to keep playing out. 3. No leverage means no forced exit. You can be emotionally shaken by crash, but if you're not borrowing against your position, the market cannot automatically remove you. 4. Conviction is different from the hype. Hype says this will go up next week. Conviction says, I understand why I own this and why would I change my mind? 5. The best investors are often not the loudest people in their room. Elena had no chart, no trading group, no paid course, no fancy vocabulary, but she just had patience. And in a market designed to punish impatience, that was more valuable than sophistication. Her younger relatives were trying to beat the market every day. Elena was simply letting time do its work. This is a stranger lesson in Cebu's grandmother. She did not win because she knew everything. She won because she avoided the traps that made everyone else think they knew everything. No leverage, no panic, no chasing, no noise. Just a simple belief repeatedly through fear. Because sometimes the strongest hand in crypto do not belong to the youngest trader with 6 monitors. Sometimes they belong to a grandmother who will look at Bitcoin, thought about land and quietly decide. Or sometimes that grandmother is from Cebu. Sabi niya, if it's scarce, tago lang nato ayaw ka kabado anak.
Greed Confessions, where the truth cost extra. Shh.